Tilton Talk team rise again.
It was, yeah.
How are you, James?
I'm very well, thanks.
Marvellous, marvellous. What's going on in your life at the minute?
Nothing much, just training the lads and
Sitting here waiting for all these
speaking
comments to come
me
through.
wife and kids on the phone and FaceTime.
Training the lads. What goes on a normal training day then? How does it start? How does it finish?
Well, I get up about 7:20, make my way in for about 8 o'clock. Then the gaffer's usually in. I get myself a coffee, walk through to his office, sit down, and then we wait for the multidisciplinary team to have a meeting, see what numbers we've got, if there's any injuries or anything happened overnight. Then we've got the injuries, then we know what training's going to be. Just finalise training and then talk about any other issues that any other issues or business that we need to talk about, and then we start training about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Train for, particularly now.
So the lads do have some like breakfast or something before
that.
Yeah,
they come in. They can come in from any time, like from some get in at 8:30.
Yeah.
Some get in at 8. Then breakfast is on for them whenever they want it, up until 10 o'clock, and then the shutters go down on the canteen.
Oh, swift.
Yeah, and then they can't eat, so they need to be coming in and getting ready and being prepared for training, and then they probably go to activation about quarter to 11 in the dome. Sean Rush, head of physical performance, he oversees that. Then they'll come out for the warm up at 11 on the dot.
On the dot.
Yes.
Fine if they're not. I used to be in the army. It was pressing.
Well, actually,
my day.
the boys are really good, and this is one of the aspects that has been really productive for us this season. They sort of police themselves. So there's leaders within the dressing room, and they all, when they're told to be somewhere at a certain time, there's very rare that any of the boys are late, and that's policed from within, and that shows the strength of the dressing room and obviously what the gaffers implemented within the structure of the team.
As fans, Chris, we've noticed a complete change, haven't we? It's an absolute change, and lots of people are saying, thanks for everything you've done so far, and keep right on. Come on.
It's very important that you have to be very nice to James as well, because you can see all the comments coming through.
I know.
On the phone, so don't give him any abuse, because you can see him.
I don't mind abuse, but it's fine. Most of them make me laugh.
Yeah,
they do. They're a very funny bunch, honestly. These guys out here, and you'll find out as the evening progresses just exactly how funny they can be. Dave Richards, it's a relief for the gaffer, James, and players to have the EFLBS no longer hanging over us. That's done now. We just got to move on. Make sure we don't get relegated. No, that's it.
Yeah, as I mentioned to you before the show, I think the gaffer's going to
brief
on that one in his presser before the West Brom game.
Job.
So I'm not really in a position to expand on that.
No, it's appreciated.
And I'm sure he'll definitely address it, because it's probably the first question he's going to be asked.
Yeah. Steve Portman, Chelsea Blues, who's Birmingham City's disabled branch. Brunch tomorrow at the Emerald Club, 11 till 1 to Tuesdays, if James is free for a cuppa.
Yeah, this me and cup of teas. It's like, I've only started liking cup of teas last 3 or 4 weeks. But,
comments are flying in. Leslie Grice, hi James, thanks for all the hard work you and Gary and the guys have done, and of course their boys in blue, keep right on. Steve Talbot, good evening. Or James Beattie, what a striker you was. Now, he was a fair striker, weren't you? Played for Stoke.
I was all right.
I think he's so modest, isn't he?
I think it's always nice to people to make nice comments about your career and what you did. But me as a person, I'm all about what I'm doing now and the career I'm going to have on this side of the fence. You know what I mean? It's great.
Looking forward rather than
a lot of people. I had somebody yesterday while my wife was up briefly, and just saying thanks for the job that you're doing, you and the gaffer and everybody. And I have to say it's an absolute pleasure, and it's something that I really enjoy. And this club is a special club, and we all talk about as a staff that we really enjoy working here.
Been downtrodden for many years, and for as many years as we've been doing this, which is nearly 9 now, and we haven't had a great deal to shout about. But you know what, we can see something.
Yeah,
and we say it. We say it.
We can see something as well, and it's something that we want to continue to build. And
upcoming customary goosebumps.
And it is, and I'm relatively. I've been coaching now for like 6 years. I managed Accrington for 18 months, and then I joined Gary as his first team coach, and it's something that we talk about on a regular basis, how much we enjoy it, and the potential that we can see. And as you said just previous to this chat, we need to get through this, what we're going through at the moment,
absolutely,
and then really try and crack on in a proper and
structured,
proper
and
manner, that we want to we stick to, and that's lawful.
Lots and lots of comments and questions coming in. Lindsay Phillips, that accent with two faces with love hearts all over them. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Blackburn.
Blackburn.
And when I go up north, it gets a lot more northern. So when I'm speaking to my mum, so if I speak to you lot I might develop a Brummy twang.
And Ollie Court wants to know: who do you think the best fans are in England?
Well, I have to say the Blues fans.
We've got a unique set when we're on file, haven't we?
Yeah, I think the away fans, especially, have been amazing since we come in, and I do think we do notice it sometimes at home. We're a little bit quiet to start off with. And we could really do with that help. You know what I mean?
I hope you're listening.
To
because
sort of lift some of the anxiety. Yeah, of course.
It inspires me when I'm stood or sat in the Tilton, right? And they start. It gets me going. I'm inspired. I'm up on my haunches, mate. Yeah. Too right, I am.
And what it would do for the boys, it would settle them down and realise that the fans are behind them. Now, as I said, like with the away fans, it's unquestionable because they start and they don't finish. You know what I mean? Even like at Preston, we got sucker punched at Preston, and as soon as Preston scored, even though it was like the 90-odd minute, they started singing. Like KRO, and it was like that's the sort of support that we need, especially in these times that we're in
these last 8 games. One of the questions that had come up with a couple of people since the news came on that you were coming on was your most memorable match being involved with Blues at the moment, and as you mentioned, the away following with Bolton away towards the end of last season. Would that be up there in terms of what that game meant to us at the time, and the away following that we took there? Obviously,
that was a special. Yeah, that was a special night.
It was a good. I mean, and a good result as well, and one that was much needed. But they are very very memorable for us.
Yeah,
since we came in last March.
Fulham at home must have been special.
Fulham at home was good, and it's just when we seem to have our backs against the wall, that's when we seem to perform at our best.
Yeah,
and that support is invaluable to us, and we need it.
Yeah.
Jim Owen can't thank you enough for giving us our club back, and Kev Tomlinson wants to know: did you eever score against Villa? That's a word we never normally say in here, right?
I did score against Villa
on
many occasions.
Roy Sturdy, you're doing a great job. The comments are absolutely flying in. Keep on coming, guys. We won't be able to read them all out, as you well know, but we do try to look at them all, and Chris and Adam are frantically working away in the background over there. Don't forget... Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, if you see anything that comes up that you want interjecting... hit the bell. Don't forget, all you got to do is share this on your personal Facebook stream. Don't share it to groups or pages, as they get deleted by Facebook algorithms. Share it on your personal Facebook stream to be in for a chance with the prize next week. And don't forget, our special guest tonight, we're drawing the prize out, so whoever wins it tonight, their prize will have been drawn out by James Beattie. How good can that be? Well, it won't be me, my name's not in the art.
You can't win your own prize.
Mandy Irvin, you can tell the hard work you put in with the team, and do you think you could get Sam Gallagher to the same level as Shane Duke if we got him back?
I
don't think he'll be coming back.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, that's a right answer.
Sam's someone would you know from Southampton connection, whether you've got any Southampton connections?
Well, the first time I met Sam was probably, I knew of him.
Yeah.
From, my wife. I met my wife while I was playing in Southampton, so I know a lot of the young players because I know a few people who Sarah's my father-in-law's a season ticket holder, so you keep sort of eyes on it. And when Sam was here in March when we arrived, he had a bit of an injury problem, but contributed well in a few games, and he's someone to keep my eye on, I suppose. And
can you ding the bell? Ooh, important message just come in from Sarah Beattie. We're watching you, Daddy. Love, Hayley and George.
Hallie and George.
Good. I was Hallie. Sorry, beg your pardon. I got my glasses on.
Don't worry.
Lovely. Bless you. That's lovely. You and the team have done wonders this season. What, if any, has been your favourite part of being in the Blues family? From Lucy Williams.
I think it's got to be being a part of the staff with the group of players that we have. Being under the embargo has obviously restricted us in some ways, but it's made us so strong in other ways. And being part of a group like that, and you said my favourite part, that's the part that I spend most time in. And then obviously not disregarding the fans and the club itself, but that to be part of that and work with them guys every day and to see how much effort they put in. And hard work, dedication. The gaffer's big on a word, and we all are, and that's commitment. And when the gaffer came in, he said, "I want you to commit to this," and they've done as much as we could have asked them for, and especially this season, having the group of maybe 13, 14 players. Playing all the games physically, you've got to look at as well that not many of them lads would have played a full season ever in the career, and you're asking them to physically put themselves on the line every single
we've seen it
time after time after time after time.
Yeah,
they deserve a huge amount of credit for that, and
they deserve a little break as well now and again. I went paintballing yesterday. Who come off worse?
Well, they battered us, but I've got to put that down to mobility.
Okay, yeah.
They've got more mobility than us.
Age on their side,
and the guy who was running it, they were great. To be fair, we went down to. Am I allowed to say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the paintball park in Kidderminster, and he said quite clearly before we started, if you get shot, then you put your hand up and you walk out. And I can clearly state that wasn't happening for the players. So they were getting shot. I shot Kareem in the chest 3 times, and he just kept coming at me, ran round the back of me, and then just Kareem.
Oh yeah.
And he just kept running at me, ran past me, and then went round the back. And I was sort of led on the floor in like a sniper position, and just peppered the backs of my legs.
Yeah.
So it was great fun, and there's all sorts of little things there's all sorts of little bits of strategy and stuff like that, which helps. Some ways to the games.
It's team bonding as well, isn't it? It's important.
It's a real tight group, and it's like I said, that's probably my favourite part.
Your point about the 13, 14, 15 players that have played, pretty much week in, week out, 3 games in a week on many occasions this season. Has it impressed you? Like at the start of this season, when we looked at our squad, on this show, we were saying on paper 1 to 11, really competitive. Could get to January, February, and the legs start to go. Actually, it's taken. I'm not saying all 4 defeats over the last 4 games have been just that, possibly 1-2% just off the mark, a little bit of fatigue setting in. Obviously, it's difficult to throw that at Preston when they played so well against Preston. But has it impressed the coaching staff how far they have gone into the season, showing very little signs of fatigue, playing week in, week out, when every other team in the division has bigger squads and has had the ability to refresh in January as well.
Does it impress me? Yes, it impresses me. Does it surprise me? No. Because I know the determination of them lads.
Is that the players and the work Sean Rush has done in terms of the physical conditioning as well, combined together, or more so towards?
Yeah, I mean, Rushy's a quality at his job. That's why he's part of our team, and I don't know whether I should say this because his head will get massive tomorrow when we go in, but he's exceptional at what he does.
Yeah,
and he's part of the team, and I know the lads have the utmost respect for him, as do the other staff members, and it's no wonder that since working with Rushy at Leeds, that the gaffer's brought him with us.
Yeah.
He's a great team member, really knowledgeable, always open-minded to doing new stuff, and as you know, he worked in the prison service, so he's got a sterner side to him, and as I say, the lads, I fully respect him, and I've got a funny little story actually to tell you if you want to hear it.
Yeah, definitely.
So. We were in training one day, and it was when Omar Bogle was on loan, and Omar's a big lad, a big, strong one. He could hold the ball up and shove people off the ball and that. And I think we were doing something in training, and I think he had the ball at his feet, and he was trying to get it off him. And I think Rushy got it off him, and then tried to get Rushy back off the ball. And then the ball disappeared, and they started wrestling together. And Rushy power slammed him on the floor. So. It was.
He can hold his own then, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, you've seen that video that the lad's done a video for him. He got that geezer from the internet to do a video saying happy birthday to him when it was his 50th. But probably, you know which one I mean.
Your hotelier's just on, Mr. Haler. Welcome from Miami.
Oh yeah.
Can I ask James, when you get back to the training ground, how is the game analysed with the players? I should imagine it means like the previous game. So you play on a Saturday, training ground on a Monday. Do you analyse the previous game? Yeah,
we watch it and go through any areas that we think need addressing. Obviously, the last 4 games, like you said, taking into consideration the physical aspect of it and how hard they've worked. It's kind of hard to go too hard on them. But obviously, if things need pointing out, then of course. We either do it on a team basis or individually.
Yeah.
One from Paul Gill. Camp's looking a little more assured the last few games. Does he feel accepted more by the fans now, do you think?
I think so. I think that's a great show of mental strength from Lee himself.
Too many people took too much notice of people from Sunderland, didn't they?
I think that definitely had an impact when he first joined. Yeah, and that's the trouble with, I think, social media. One of the problems with social media is that someone signs a player, they search their name in Twitter or a social media site and see what the fans of the last club he played for thought of him, rather than allowing him the clean slate as such. A different defence to play behind, different coaches to work with. But yeah, I agree with the point, and you were saying you think he has felt a little bit more accepted as the goalkeeper by the fans. Certainly, I'm sure there was never an issue with the players and staff.
No, because he's a member of the team, isn't he? And as soon as he signs, he's
blue shirt
he's
on.
One of the Blues, isn't he?
Yeah,
and we all are.
My other half's just joined. I'll just put in a sec. My other half's just joined. She used to be a Stoke fan, right? But she's a Blue nose now, proper through.
She loves me now.
She does. Yeah. And
don't look at me like that. I was only joking.
She knows. I've got a shrine to Birmingham City in my house. It's a bedroom which I've taken over.
And she's a Stoke, is she?
She's what? We come from up that way, yeah.
Right,
yeah. But all her family is, and then a granddaughter, I took her to the Blues a couple of years ago. Courtney, remember her?
Yeah.
And put her in a blue shirt, photograph on the Tilton. Courtney Hudson is a Blue, she hates Stoke.
Oh no!
And then brought her back here, and she stood in here and swore allegiance to the Blues live.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go then.
Yeah. So we got back home a few weeks later. She says, "Can we paint that bedroom blue and white?" Which she calls it her bedroom. She's going to paint the bedroom blue and white. So we did, and now I've got all my programmes, memorabilia, signed shirts, everything.
Yeah.
I've even got a cheque signed by Trevor Francis and the whole team, Sullivan's and Brady, on the plastic ones. I won £1,000 on the pitch one day.
Right.
Yeah, and then gave it away.
Yeah, good man.
Gave it away.
I'll be giving my fee to charity for this.
You will. What they're going to do with 3 biscuits and a cup of tea, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take them home.
Take them home for the kids. Yeah, one each for the kids when you get home, right?
No, I'll have them all myself. They have enough.
And getting all the way back, yeah.
Mark Adams says, do any of the lads watch the show?
Any of
the players watch the show?
I don't know. They might be on it now.
Yeah, be careful.
Be taking pictures and drawing
We've got
all sorts of stuff on them.
Mr. C. Adams, yeah.
And Lee Povey credits the backroom staff for the goals we've scored this season. We have chucked some in, haven't we? All right, we've had a bit of a drought these last 4 games, but my goodness me, you know what a season to be a Blues fan. We've not had one like this for years.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah.
I think it's we want to get better, and that's not taking anything away from what the lads have achieved this year, and it's good now to finally start seeing light at the end of the tunnel. We've got a little bit of clarity now, and as I say, the gaffer will address that in his presser to outline what the club's going to do.
I mentioned on Friday when the news was announced, and you pointed it out. Almost, I'm not sure if this is the phrase you'd use, a siege mentality, if you like. An us against everybody else attitude that has come across really. That the boys have been so united, so connected. Is that something that might be played on in the last 8 games? A sense that, okay, this is whatever's happened has happened. We're now 8 games left. This is the situation we know we're in. Go out and prove everybody wrong and do your best again.
Yeah, I think the best thing you can do is prove people wrong. When people say you
answer the critics
can't do something, it's of course that's the best thing to do. But I don't think it changes our focus. Our focus is to win football matches, irrespective of what's going on the outside, and that has always been the focus of the lads. And credit to them, they've stuck to that. Since we came in March, and all the way through this season. So, I don't think for me personally, and for the lads, it changes really.
Yeah,
the focus. I mean.
Yeah, the job is the job, and no matter where we are,
to win football matches. Yeah. And we know we're in a bit of a poor run for ourselves at the moment, and the aim is to get out of that on Friday.
Every
night.
team has one, though, don't they? Throughout the course of the season.
Yeah.
And it's
it's the first one we've had.
Yeah.
The one thing we've said regularly this season is we have responded really well when we have had an iffy performance, a poor result. 9 times out of 10 this season, we have bounced back really well. If not necessarily in terms of result, definitely performance. At the start of the season, when the results weren't quite coming, we were picking up a few draws where we should have picked up points, but then it clicked and turned, and hopefully.
I think Preston was a difficult one to take for us because
it was going to be
like you say,
94th minute. It was going to be, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it's a double-edged sword because you're trying to get a good result. One, because it's the next game, but you're trying to get a good result before the international break.
Yeah.
So if you got a good result and you went into that international break, then that would be a little bit
higher,
better, wouldn't it?
How do you feel about international breaks? Hindrance or not?
Depends where you are.
I suppose, yeah, depends
on the last result.
If we're going well, then I don't like them, but
so this one, has it come at not a good time, but come at a time where you as a coaching staff can say, okay, regroup, take stock of where we are, take stock of what we've done and what we've got left between now and the end of the season.
I think we're always trying to look forward, and probably the biggest concentrated point would be now energy for the lads.
Yeah,
because of what I said before about the players being predominantly the same group playing, and then you look at the last 4 games and even though Preston was a decent performance and we should have got something out of the game, I think it's about energy now and having the lads who are going to play full of energy, as full as it can be, because obviously over a season your maximum energy depletes a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing the volume of games that the lads are playing. And we need to try and edge that sort of full energy up as much as we can. So yes, they're working hard, but the sessions are a lot more intense and a lot more short now. And the focus is on making sure they're energised for the games.
Yeah.
Fully prepared.
Quick fire questions coming in. Does James know the Keep Right On lyrics? I'm not going to ask you to sing.
If you got the tune, I could probably sing it, but I can't just say them. But I do know. I do sing it before the games.
Yeah.
You can't not, can you?
No.
Huh? Can't not. It's just
We're
a
off
beautiful,
to Partisan. Yeah, I love it.
I
think I've been caught actually.
Who was the biggest influence on you when growing up as a kid from Craig Coates?
My dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, great fella. Not with us anymore, but
Yeah, no, mine neither. And I've got a video of him on my phone in his care home, trying to sing "Keep Right On to the End of the Road." He get the tunes out, but he can't get the words.
Oh,
and
that's a great video. Though.
It is a great video.
It
is, beautiful
memory.
Fantastic. Really. It took me to my first game, 5th of December 1973.
Yeah. Been a Blue ever since, yeah.
Yeah, it was 1973. Leeds Sunderland were in the cup final that year, and the whole of my family were supporting Sunderland. So I kind of rooted for Leeds a little bit, and then I think I had a picture of Billy Bremner on my wall at some stage. But then the second I got to St Andrews, man, that was it. Scared the living daylights out of me, but I fell in love that moment. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what football's all
and
about.
Thanks Shay as well, because he had a picture taken with my granddaughter the other day outside the ground after her.
Shay did?
Yeah, and
yeah, he's a good lad, Shay.
The Duke.
And both of them good lads.
Yeah.
Question from Stephen Cowell, if you want to look at it.
Read it out, because I've got that, Chris. I've got that many coming through. I can't keep up, to be fair.
Okay. So,
Pat Begley, can I just say this one? James is answering all my questions before I type. Brilliant stuff.
James, first of all, well done, and thank you and all the staff for giving us back a team we can be proud of. One question to yourself: what piece of advice would you give to every striker about playing the position, no matter what age? What advice would you give
to striker?
To every striker about playing the position, striker.
If they're younger, or even if they're older, enjoy it as much as you can, because it goes quickly. But if you're talking about so many aspects of the game, one, it's the hardest thing to put the ball in the back of the net, in it, but obviously you need supply. I'd think if you wanted to work on something, you mean?
Yeah. It depends what sort of striker you are.
It depends upon their makeup.
Yeah.
What they're about. Are they smaller? Are they bigger? Yeah. Are they, you know what I mean? But
Maureen says,
work on your first
aim at the goal.
Yeah.
Mike Smith, first Blues games I went to was at home to Southampton. Pretty sure Mr. Beattie scored in that one.
Decent. Can't remember it. When was it?
No, don't remember it.
He doesn't remember either.
Reece Freer, which youth player has impressed you most?
I have to say, I like Geraldo, but I think Jude Bellingham's going to be a good player.
I heard his name quite a few times mentioned this week. Have you?
Well, over the season, a couple of people have been saying
any
any sign of first team action in.
He's training with us, Jude.
Oh, he is, yeah. But how long's that been? Regularly or?
Yeah, regularly for the past 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
He came to the game. Which home game? We played
Millwall.
Before Preston. Millwall.
Yeah.
He was not in the squad, but he came to
with the squad. Yeah.
experience the
Okay.
the match day
Yeah,
prep
yeah.
and what we do and stuff like that. So
that is, sorry, go on.
Go on, that's an interjection. Everything stops when the bell goes. Biscuit
Is that
time.
my next cup of tea, is it?
The biscuits are ready. England are losing 1-0.
England are losing 1-0. Can I take back my opening notes? Do you believe Shea is good enough for England one day, from Pete Taylor?
Unless Scotland get there first.
I've unless he's.
Has he said no to Scotland?
I don't know actually. I know the gaffer's spoken to
Alex. Yeah.
Is he good enough to play international football? I would say yes. He's got a bit to do yet, but the changes he's made this year, and I'm not just physically, he's a beast, like really strong.
Yeah.
But the changes he's made to his lifestyle and his focus have been the reason that he's
as he is now. Yeah.
What he's done this year.
Yeah.
Good. James Brown, question for James. At any point in your James Brown, I feel good. Question for James. At any point in your career did Birmingham try to sign you, and if so, when and who was the manager?
I don't believe that they did.
So I take it sometimes.
I went to.
Uh-oh.
I spoke to.
Well, no, not in here. Not in here. It's okay. Leave it. We'll leave
it's
that.
a great story. It's a really funny story.
Go on then. Go on. We'll allow it.
So I went to speak. David O'Leary was the manager, and I went to speak to him, and I don't know whether this is a good one to tell you, but it's funny. So, I've gone into the chairman's house.
Yeah.
His wife's answered the door. Lovely old lady. I'll come in, gentlemen. So I was with a solicitor, my dad, who used to do my deals, and there was me.
Were you at Southampton at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And David, O'Leary was the manager, so David was in there, and the chairman wasn't there at that time, so we sat down. Oh, would you like a cup of tea, gentlemen? Yes, yeah, great. Waiting for the chairman. He came down and he said, "Right, the boy can leave the room now," like that, waving his finger, and David O'Leary just went like this.
Oh
just
no!
went like this, and so he's like, oh, "Okay, James, come with me." Like, so we went into another room. I didn't like talking numbers anyway because it wasn't really. It was just about the club and whatever. And then they just sorted that out, and I just said, "Yeah, okay, I'll go." You know what I mean? That was how I did the numbers weren't really that important. And I was a little taken back by that. But as we were leaving, we got in the car, said our goodbyes, got in the car, and then reversed the car out, like backwards, and then out the drive. And we reversed over his garden. Brilliant. And there was like 2 massive tyre tracks through his garden. It was a nice house, like you can imagine it. All manicured gardens, all these manicured trees and that, and then there was just 2 tyre tracks through the middle of his garden.
He will be leaving you with a gift. Ian Clayton, James, thank you for getting the strikers scoring. And Jez wants to know what's Monk going to do to try and keep Shea.
Oh, he better do everything he can, or else he's going to be in trouble.
We'll leave that at that. We'll leave that at that.
How close were you under any illusions that he was going anywhere in January?
No, because I kidnapped him.
He went out with his girlfriend, didn't he, on the night?
Yeah, I mean, Cheers, like I said, Cheers committed, and to be fair, I don't think the asking price was met anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it wasn't. It'll do him good to stay anyway.
Yeah.
Steve Smith asks, what does James think about the 9 points deduction? As we said at the front of the show, that Gary's going to answer those questions tomorrow. And
yeah, unfortunately,
you're not in a
like
position
to keep it that way.
Yeah, no, please don't worry about it. No, this is. We're only just too happy that you're here, mate, honestly.
When the gaffer's done his presser, then I'll tell you what I think.
We'll record some after the show, and then
the
we'll
boy
play
can
next
stay.
Monday.
Just lock the door.
I'll stay here till next Monday.
Ray says, James, without being controversial, what do you think the games have got tougher for match officials?
Because
we've had some nightmares, haven't we?
I saw a stat actually somewhere. The time footballers average spend on the ball, and I think the amount of seconds that a footballer spends on the ball has dropped over 2 seconds in the last 10 years. And that might not seem a lot, but actually, when you're in the flow of playing football, that's an awful lot quicker that people are moving the football around. And without wanting to steal your thunder, the answer, I think it is a hell of a lot tougher for officials now. Obviously doesn't help
the
when
speed of the
people
game and everything.
The speed of the game has gone through the roof. I don't think it helps when everybody's appealing for every single decision as well, which doesn't help. But has it been a frustration this season, the standard of officiating, or without wanting to get you in trouble with the FA again?
I've never been in trouble with the FA,
Another 9 points here.
I think it is a tough job.
Yeah.
And I think that, to be fair, I think the referees actually need help.
What do you think to VAR then?
I quite like VAR. If they can sort a way out of doing it sharply. But if it's a massive decision, then if it's going to take 2 minutes to get it right, then
you want it right.
Don't you want it right, rather than saying, "Oh well, don't know about that. We'll just let it go," and then getting lambasted after the fact.
100%.
We've got goal line technology at St Andrews. Are there many teams in the Championship that haven't?
I think it's. I think it's. You've got to have it now.
Yeah. You've got to have it now.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
So we were working on it all through last season, I think, weren't they?
Every time we turn up for the games at home, there's a guy stood in the goal like this, going like this with the ball.
Just testing it.
Yeah. Like,
that's it.
Say, "Oh, get off the pitch."
Yeah.
Couldn't have that job, could I? Nah. No, I meant, could I? Could I, please?
Yeah.
It's like all I've got to do all week.
I know,
Reece Johnson, Odin Bailey looks promising. How come he's not involved with the first team anymore?
Odin's been training with us recently as well.
There you go. That's your answer.
So, Odin's a talented lad.
And Paul Ipkiss, what's the best player James has ever coached and played with?
2 questions.
Best player, I think it's got to be probably Paul Scholes when I played with England. And best player I've coached, I think Shea would have to be up there.
Right, cool.
You had said about when Chris asked you the question about advice for striker, and you said it depends. Obviously it depends on the supply you're getting. I imagine playing with Paul Scholes, that wasn't an issue really. The supply you were getting.
No, I mean I didn't score for England, but I remember in the bar at Old Trafford, and I remember one chance we broke. I can't remember who it was against, and Frank Lampard could have squared it to me, and he elected to have a shot, and I just thought,
off the Christmas card
cheers,
list,
mate.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah.
Dennis James, I can and I will, and I'll read it, but I don't want you to answer it because I'll answer it for you. Is Shearer really that stupid as he appears on Match of the Day? Yes, Dennis.
No, she was a legend to me because I was a YT at Blackburn and he was at Blackburn, and he was one of the only ones that took time out to come and speak to us.
Okay.
And when Alan Shearer walked into a changing room full of 15-year-old kids, and he was asking you how you went on Saturday,
it meant something.
I was like, wow, that was amazing for us.
Yeah, what I didn't like was his, and I know we're not talking about the points deduction tonight because we can't.
That wasn't about. That was about the punch, wasn't it? The pitch invasion.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah. And
I think there was a lot of stupid comments made about that.
Yeah,
knee-jerk reactions and
yes.
thinking before
you can't do it because what we decided, right, is that individual. We had a show a couple of weeks ago, and yes, we spoke about it, but after that, it's never going to be mentioned on here again. That's it.
Yeah,
we're not talking about it. It's done. Right, finished. Not nothing to do with us now. Callum Patrick says, "What time is Gary facing the media tomorrow?" Just wondering. Or not tomorrow, sorry, but
it will be. He might do it at 9, or he might do it at after training, say about 1 o'clock.
And that's tomorrow, is it?
I think so. It's usually 2 days before, isn't it?
Yeah.
That Tuesday and maybe Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday then.
Wednesday,
Either 9 or 11. How do you find Marabti? I can never say his name, can I? Mike Smith, how do you find Marabti?
Kareem's a good player. I think he needs, a bit more. He's quite physically robust, but he's clever. He'll take the ball on the half turn. He'll play balls round the corner and go and get them. You know what I mean? I think his ideal position would probably be number 10 or just behind the strikers. But he's a very intelligent player, and he's settled in really well actually, and the lads love him. So. Good
question for Mike McCarthy. How good do you think the Duke has been this season? I really think he deserves a goal for the way he's been playing. He's so selfless.
Yep, he is. He's probably the epitome of the Blues spirit, and he's worked really hard. And Duke's a really intelligent guy, and
sorry, I
think he knows his strengths, but he's worked really hard this season. And I think you're right, and I keep talking to him, saying, you keep doing the things that you're doing, the right things, total consummate professional off the pitch, and he'll start scoring goals again, no problem.
Yeah. Kevin French, will James knock down the main stand? This subject comes up every week.
Is that like a big talking point? Is it?
We've renamed it. There's one specific guy that listens in every week called Ray Hobro. And the main stand is his baby, so it's now we've renamed it the Ray Hobro main stand in his honour.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah.
I don't mind it up there. It's a bit old school, but bar 8's nice. I like bar 8 and going in there and be.
We'll pass there after every match.
Yeah,
never been in though. I might go in one day.
Reece Breer, fair play, James, for doing this. You and Pep deserve lots more credit. Keep right on. We get all the credit that we can possibly give you, mate, and you genuinely do. We don't hear bad words said against any of the staff, any of the backroom staff.
No.
We have the odd numpty who will come up with a Facebook joke, but that is usually just a Facebook joke, isn't it? On a Saturday, if we've had a
every village has one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We had one on here earlier from across B6.
Oh yeah,
he's all right. He's gone now. Andy Pandy started.
Has he been blocked?
Long gone.
James Brown. Another question for James. This one is more of a favour, to be honest. Oh, interjection.
2-0.
No. Just a question for myself, actually.
Oh, sorry.
We haven't scored now for 4 games. How do you pick the strikers back up again to so they don't lose the confidence and that kind of thing?
Good question.
Well, we work a lot on process and making sure we don't detract from what we're trying to do because we haven't scored for 4 games. So the previous however many games we were scoring, 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever. So I think it's sometimes when you get frustrated, you sort of go off and wander off focus. I just said to him, just keep doing the right things. And as I said, it's a process. It's not just 94, 95 minutes on a match day. It's living through the week, making sure you're getting the right rest, which I've mentioned to you is probably more important than the workload that they have at this stage of the season. And getting your own process right, so mentally you're in the right place. If you feel confident that you've done everything right leading up to when the whistle blows, and then when you're actually in the game, doing the right things and not saying, "Oh well, I haven't touched the ball for 10 minutes," or "I need to go deep for it." No, your job is you're up there, you're doing that.
It's amazing. You speak to people in football and coaching and stuff. Mark Skinner, I don't know if you ever met Mark, the Blues women manager, before he went to Orlando. Whenever I speak to him about football, that word, that process, his big key idea: trust the process. Don't you see a lot actually in games where players are dropping deeper just to get on the ball, to get a feel of the ball again, but actually you guys don't want them. You don't want them doing that. You want them to trust what you've told them, what they've been working on all week, and to stay in the same positions they've been in when Che scored 7 games in a row and things like that. You want him to be there again because at some point it will turn.
Yeah, totally. I think it's a psychological one, and especially for the younger players. Oh, I need to touch the ball. You need to do the right things. Because when you start wandering off and going ad hoc and all that, it can be more detrimental to the team than beneficial. So a lot of it is that psychological battle of, you might not see the ball for 10 minutes, but as long as you're doing the right things, then it'll come.
Yeah.
Okay, back to that question from James Brown. Another question for James. This is one or more of a favour, to be honest. You obviously have some pull and are close to Gary Monk. If us fans were to ask you one favour, could you persuade the Monk to grace the Tilton Talk studio, hit our biggest ever audience and show appreciation for all he's done, and yourself and the rest of the team? Legends.
I'll ask him.
There you go.
Like James
Next Monday, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, yeah, thanks for that.
I know, yeah. Cheers, James. But can you get Gary on?
Oh, he's outside.
yeah.
I'll go and get him inside the car.
Locked in the boot of the car. Yeah, go.
It's 1-1.
1-1. Okay, a little bit of redemption.
Keen.
Kane.
Harry Kane.
Just had just since I switched that off and went on to the other page, I've just had 90 more comments come in.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely sorry that we can't read them all. Keane, good header apparently. Duke for captain, let's make that happen. James Michael Morrison has been fantastic. Do you think he has been underrated this season?
I don't think we underrate him. I think other teams might underrate him, but we certainly don't. I think he's a good player.
Solid.
Yeah. he's a definite leader. He's a little bit quieter than I thought he would be off the pitch, but a really nice guy and hard when he needs to be. When you cross that white line, you've got to be a different animal.
Yeah.
Sorry. You can be as nice as you want off it, but when you get across that line...
And staying with Morrison, Thomas Stanley, why have Morrison and Dean swapped in the last 4 or 5 games?
I'll tell you honestly, because Harley's left groin is hanging off.
Right, there you are, you've heard it.
And we just thought that it was a decision for either for us to make, or ask first if Harley would prefer to play on the right and Morrow was comfortable playing on the left. But it was more to make sure that Harley was on the pitch.
Right.
Because he's got a groin injury.
Obviously Roberts has been injured as well, so...
Yeah, Robbo's been a big miss. Obviously,
Yeah.
Davo was a big miss at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Davo's coming back now, but Robbo's he's a beast of a lad,
Yeah.
Good player. So
Neil Martin, did you have any superstitions when you played, and do you have any now before a match?
no,
No.
don't believe in them.
Don't believe in them.
Believe in the process.
Yes.
Boomski.
Proper coach. Proper coaching talk.
Correct answer,
Trust the
ladies and
process,
gentlemen.
believe in the
Correct
process.
answer. Question for James: are we signing our skipper for next year? Well, let all the dust settle first, I think, before any decisions are made, and one thing or another.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll, we'll obviously, looking towards next year and seeing what we can do. But obviously the gaffer will talk about that.
Mike Smith's got some leftover wallpaper paste if he wants to stick his groin back on.
Not bad.
Brilliant.
He might be going down to Harley Street though.
In they come. In they come. If he gets a renewal as a fantastic captain, that's from Lucy Williams. Would like an update on the Stockdale Cusack situation. I don't think you can say anything about that, can you, at this point?
Not. I can't add anything that the
Nothing
gaffer
already
hasn't said already
yeah.
before.
There we are. There we are.
Yeah.
But at least we're reading the questions out.
There's been 525 so far.
We're just over halfway through.
Question about as the strikers that are on, a lot has been spoke about Achai and Duke. Obviously the goals that they've scored this season, the contributions they've made. A word for Isaac as well, who's been out injured for the vast majority of the time you guys have been at the club. The confidence in him. Are we seeing the sharpness coming back after every training session that goes by?
Yeah, I mean Isaac's been out, as you said. He had his first injury, and then unfortunately, when he came back training with us, he tore the muscle off his pelvic bone.
Did that require surgery or just rest?
Didn't have surgery on that, I believe. So it was just rest, and obviously being out that length of time, it's going to take time for Isaac to get back. But played really well in the game the other day, and of course his sharpness is going to get. But I think it's having that confidence, in his injuries and just training and repeating the actions that he needs to be doing, which is hitting the back of the net. And
you suffered a couple of long-term injuries, didn't you? I think one Everton, just not long after you moved to Everton, was there? Is that confidence something that's, you've been out for so long, just to make sure that you're not feeling it? How long would it take?
I think you're gonna feel it. I think again, it's maybe even just getting that one incident where you think, is this going to work, and then you come through that, and then it's something that you don't think about. Do you know what I mean? It's really in the forefront of your mind when you're coming back from an injury. But you just need it to, as time passes and you continue training, you keep getting stronger, fitter, sharper, then it sort of like wanes from your conscious.
You're not even thinking about it anymore.
It just becomes a norm not to think about it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's kind of strange to explain, but that's where Isaac is. He's at that transitional period, I think, at the moment. But like you say, scoring goals and doing things right and training really hard is going to be the way that you get through that.
A full pre-season under him would do the world of good.
He's a real physical specimen, as you've probably seen, and I think that he has missed a lot of football, which has been really unfortunate, and I think the biggest thing that we talk about now is that frustration, because in your mind you want to be somewhere or you want to be here, and
every day.
And maybe, but maybe in physically, you know what I mean, but then if you don't attain these levels, then that's where frustration can then,
especially when you were so close to getting back, and then the second injury
was taken away from him cruelly. And
great. Go on.
No, I was just talking about that frustration. He needs to, curb that and just keep thinking, the next one, the next one, the next one. Yeah, he will do, definitely.
Kirk Evans, James, any advice for us grassroots coaches trying our best below academy level? Believe in the process?
Of course, course. But what I would say is be yourself. Don't try and be anybody else, because I heard a great analogy the other day, and the further you come away from yourself, think of it as an elastic band. The further you come away from yourself, then if you think of it as an elastic band, then at some point that's going to snap. And then that's when people see through you as a coach. You know what I mean? So
great advice.
Get your own knowledge, that you have, and then an important thing is to have your own language as well, and make sure that the players understand. If you have a certain saying that you say as a coach, the lads might not understand it, so make sure that they understand what you're saying and what you're actually trying to get them to do.
Don't try and be Pep just because Pep can do it. Don't try and follow someone else.
Of course, if you like something that he does, or but you've got to just be yourself. And,
of course,
and just keep your head down and.
Good advice. Thank you for that.
So there's been a few questions regarding Pep. People want to know what's he like.
I assume we're on about Clotet now, not Guardiola.
He was on about Guardiola.
Sorry. Quiet, isn't he?
He's sort of an unassuming guy, is Pep, but his knowledge is fantastic. And tactically he's very, very good.
And as a coach and staff, he's worked with Gary for so long now. There's that trust that's built up between them.
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely part of the team, and I think with his time at Oxford, he enjoys now being back.
Yeah,
as part of the team. So, but his tactical knowledge is excellent.
Yeah.
Next one, and from Mike Smith. Any update on the Charlie Lake injury? I really like the look of him.
Charlie's training now. Yeah, we really like Charlie as well.
Is there any way we could get some information like that every week? Because people quite often ask us and we just don't have the answers, do we?
Well, I don't know. It depends how much you want to pay me for it.
Biscuits?
Biscuits, send a pack of biscuits and I'll...
Is it almost the sense that you don't want to give too much away to the opposition to know that...
No, Charlie's training. I think that's knowledge. Charlie had a thigh injury. Again, I think, maybe linked to fatigue.
He's a young kid, isn't he? Who won't have played.
Yeah, young lad, but Charlie's As a professional,
Ring the bell. England 2-1.
second to none.
Excellent.
And he's got a real determination as well.
Who to, though?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's England 2, Montenegro 1.
Good.
Paul Heath, whose idea was it to increase the great work done in the community? And we've seen some absolutely amazing things being done. I should say it was Claire with Davo that have obviously initiated all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination, but I think the gaffer's got to take a lot of credit for that.
Yeah.
Claire and Davo, when they came on, gave Gary, the players, coaching, all the coaching staff, immense credit for getting behind it and being involved. Yeah.
I think it's one of them clubs, isn't it? That I think Jeff's doing sterling work in the community with the homeless and his foundation, and it's just when you're part of something that you enjoy being part of, you want to contribute as much as you can.
Mark Adams, is there a future for Keita?
Keita.
Is that Keita? Sorry. Marabti.
Pronunciations,
I got that one right.
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so, because
purely speculation based. I won't expect you to maybe even know, but purely speculation based. The fact that the club, in their appeal, in their mitigation of the EFL judgment, made the point of how much wages were spent under Zola's time, and Zola didn't bring many people in. So I would imagine Keita's probably not on a short whack. So I would be very surprised to see Keita back.
Good friend Nicholas Wellsbury, profoundly deaf lad who always goes to the Blues. Gary Monk, stay Blues, yes. I love the way he talks. That's great. Met him, because I can do quite a bit of sign language. And I had a chat with him.
What does that mean? Itching your eye?
Yeah.
It means I've got an itch on my eye.
I'm struggling, yeah.
What's that mean?
Kevin French, be careful if the Leeds manager's listening. That's why you're not giving much away.
Yeah, that's true. We got to play him.
What a ridiculous
That's
scenario that
interesting.
was. £200,000 for peeping over a fence from a public highway.
What's your views on
They were there when we played Leeds. When we were playing Leeds, when we went up there this season. Was it this season? Yeah.
Yeah. We won up there. Yeah.
There was someone there.
Were we training up north then? Were we in the build-up?
No. We trained before we left.
Okay.
And when we were training, there was someone there.
Yeah. And you didn't think anything of it until the Derby thing was released.
Surely it's nothing new.
It's been going on for donkeys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like this guy make whatever issue they want to make a big issue.
Yes,
don't they?
absolutely.
I couldn't believe it. That's why I said in the opening notes, you know what, okay, we've had 9 points, they've had 200,000, let's fill the place. Let's make some noise, make a proper day of it.
Yeah, because they'll bring a lot.
Yeah. Kevin French can also do sign language. He's sent me a few of them.
Not for public consumption.
No, I'm glad I can't see them. Yeah.
Oh, you need your phone back.
Mike Smith, Shay Adams hates having space on the board just in case Bielsa is listening.
Yeah.
Good, I love it.
What would you say?
Yeah, competition draw, please. Yeah.
For Adams, sorry.
No, you're right. Go on.
Adams, there's so much we've seen an improvement in. You know, his physical strength, his pace, his first touch, his ability on the ball. He's comfortable on the ball. What's the one thing, if you had to pull out one thing, his biggest improvement in his game has been?
On the pitch?
Yeah.
I think his movement's got better, but it can be
even better. Yeah.
He'll get better and better. That's
how old is he? 22.
Where he is at the moment in his mind. If he keeps that and keeps improving on that and his good habits, and his good ways, then he'll keep improving and improving. Yeah. Because he's hungry.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most valuable ingredients for a young player like that.
Yeah.
And as long as he stays hungry and focused, then Che will improve and improve and improve.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
Competition time.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this what I get for coming on?
Yes.
This is our Super
Tilton
6
guest
trophy.
of the year, James Beattie. Yeah. So if you could pull a name out of.
Oh right, yeah.
Of
Sorry, I thought you was just showing it to everyone.
Did you win any trophies?
That's swimming, yeah.
FA
I got a
Cup
Premier
final.
League Team of the Year.
FA Cup final as well, was there?
Runners-up medal, mate. Yeah, didn't win out.
Yeah.
Just the one, if you could, sir.
Yeah.
Got it. And here we go. We've got two there. No, we haven't. We've got one. Beg your pardon. My eyesight. Chris Redding. Chris Redding, there you go. Oh, if you could sign that for him as well at the same time, we'll make sure that that goes with it.
A pen.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? And if you could sign any checks or anything else,
No.
we need a sponsor.
Cool.
There you go. If you could make sure that goes with his parcel, Chris. Right. You can.
Make sure you ring the bell before you talk, mate.
Sorry. Yeah.
Order of the day.
To the process later.
Yeah, you know the process.
Thank you.
Andrew Boxall is doing he's having a tattoo for Justice for 2021, and he's got a page up looking for donations.
Is that the one you put on the Facebook
Yeah.
page?
So he's got quite a few up, but
Yeah.
if people can look on our page, on the Tilton Talk group page, there's info on there. Thank you very much. That is the end of this public information.
Broadcast. Very good.
Very good.
Is that to have his tattoo done, or is that to?
He's going to have one, so he's raising money for Justice 2021, and then he's going to, if he gets enough money, he's going to get this tattoo done.
All right,
And
okay.
all the money's going to go to.
Or
Excellent.
maybe, maybe there's a tattooist. Yeah, if you can donate the money, maybe there's a tattooist who's listening who can do it for free.
Yeah. That'd be
And
nice.
then he can donate more money.
There you go.
Very good.
Right, plans for Check and Doy.
I've got a couple of plans for checking.
No, please. You've had your photograph taken with him.
Nice guy, Check.
I'm sure he was the loveliest man in the world. But give me all of our midfielders over him.
Check could be good. Could be really effective at certain things.
Certainly muscling people off the ball.
Yeah.
Proper big lad, isn't he?
Set pieces in
Bolton away.
both boxes.
Bolton away last season, he was absolutely invaluable. When your back's to the wall and you know the opposition are going to chuck everything at you, you know, fantastic. However, if he's got time to turn on the ball, probably give it to someone else instead. Would be my advice.
Well, we're all entitled to our opinions.
We
That's
all-
why
that's
we love
the
this
magic
beautiful
of the
game
game.
so
You ever
much.
thought of
The
football
magic of the
management,
game.
mate?
It's the magic of the game.
Could I imagine you doing inspirational speeches?
Just trust the process.
It's one you're going to adopt from now on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm joking here. Oh, dear.
You've not even
just-
had a biscuit either.
No. Does James know if Gary Gardner is a blue or not? That's a question that's come up a lot tonight.
Gaz is a blue.
There you are. You've heard it. You've heard it.
Gaz is a blue.
Mike McCarthy check would be brilliant. Working the door at Reflex. That's harsh.
He said, "But
Yeah, I think it was quite good as well.
No, it's harsh.
Yeah.
My lappy keeps hanging. There's that many. Oh, Steve Smith, the Titanic turned quicker. I quite liked him though, didn't I?
But this
Quite
is the
liked him as a
problem. This
player.
is the problem
Yeah.
when you bring him up. They've got so many. He's either cult hero,
Yeah.
or he's the Titanic turns quicker than him. There's no in between.
Okay, so there are calls for James to have a tattoo.
No, it's just how would you feel about having your face on someone else's rear end like monkeys?
Oh yes, yeah.
It's just silly. Innit?
It gets sillier towards the end.
We had the guy on who had the monk tattoo, didn't we? Was that Kevin?
Yeah. Right, idiot. Okay.
Dangerous business having club managers tattooed on your body.
There's mine up. Drew it on my son's wall back in the 90s, and I always had a photograph of it, so I had him done before Christmas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it a newie?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I had that done when I think I was 15. My mum battered me.
Yeah, my dad used to have tattoos before they were HDs.
Right, next
Question's come up a couple of times now. Question for you. Why was Mahoney taken off against Preston? I felt that was one of the things that cost us that game.
Yes, Gaffer.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's probably one of the positions that we can change, and I think the gaffer just felt he maybe needed some fresh legs. I think Connor's, played really well in a couple of games, but he's maybe just lacking that.
Got to be
fitness.
difficult with such a relatively small squad in comparison to other teams. So.
But like James said earlier, it's got its benefits and its drawbacks. Obviously, the drawbacks that they're going to pretty much play every week, so the tiredness, the fatigue might set in. But actually, the closeness of the squad, how tight knit it is, that has had its benefits, throughout this season.
Yeah, definitely. I think it galvanised us, like you said about that siege mentality.
Yeah.
I think it was. In some ways it's hindered us, and then in some ways we've had, I think, looking from inside, huge advantages. So,
yes.
I mean, that smaller squad. I think one of the things is lads, there's no comings and goings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big influxes of players. You know what I mean? So the squad's going to generally stay the same. Obviously, the gaffer, decided on a few players, but I just think they've just embraced it, and like you said before, just proven everybody wrong, and what they've achieved is magnificent.
Yeah,
and we're proud of them as a staff, and we know now that we've got 8 cup finals coming up.
Been there before.
But like I say, whether it's going.
Yeah.
Obviously, the circumstances are different, but for us as a staff, our focus is, beating West Brom on Friday.
Yeah,
and then it'll be Leeds, and then it'll be Sheffield. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Think about it. I didn't get round to actually checking out the numbers. How many games did you have last season when you came in? How many games were left? Wasn't too far off 8, was it?
No, I think it was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And I think
we were in a worse position then than we are now.
Yeah.
So the mindset of when you came in last season would actually probably be very similar to, well, maybe it's the same mindset every single week. You plan out your strategy to win a game of football, and that's the same every week. But the fact that you were involved in it last season and you came through it will give us added incentive and an added bonus this year.
I think the difficulty is, this time last week or the week before, we had 9 more points.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of thing you've got to get over. That's the difficult thing. Yeah, you've got to make sure that the lads are in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
Well, when you get back, tell them what we're all with on. Every single one of us.
We told them, and I'm sure that they know that.
Show them
this.
Show them this on your phone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, we won't be downtrodden.
No. And I think it's great. It's not the position you want to be in, but like you said, there's strength in every single situation, and it depends on how you look at that.
Yeah, definitely.
So we look at it as, I said to the lads the other morning that I'm proud of you, as a singular person.
Yeah.
And I love working with them, and I tell them that, and the things that they've shown us, and the performances that they've put in. Yeah, okay, they might have put in some, not so good performances, but the ones that they do, and they stick together, and they stick to the game plan, and they go out and they take it, to the team. There's no one that can handle that.
Yeah.
We went to Leeds and beat Leeds.
Yeah. Nobody was
you know what I mean? You don't do that unless you're a team.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and that's probably the perfect execution of an away performance game plan. They've
similar
got
to Bristol City. More recently, the Bristol City game I thought was very similar.
I think there were 30 odd thousand at Leeds. The perfect away performance is go there, have a good start, quieten the crowd down, get your foothold in the game, grow, get your result.
Yeah,
and they did it perfectly.
Friday, West Bromwich Albion versus Birmingham City.
Yeah.
Your predictions, please.
It's funny. You look at the next 3 games, and it's easy
Take us one at a time.
It's easy to look at it with a bit of trepidation, but actually, we picked up the corresponding fixtures. We've picked up 5 points from these 3 games at the start of the season. Yeah. We're unbeaten in those against these 3 teams that we're about to face. Albion, they're a strong side. They've obviously got a lot of quality individual talent. Things weren't going great for them. Darren Moore got sacked. The new guys come in. They look like they trust him a little bit more, maybe. A little bit more comfortable in the shape. But Blues have always this season been a tough cookie to play against. And I think we're more than capable of going there and nicking a point.
1 point.
1-1.
1-1. Mrs. Brown.
Sorry for being negative, James.
Yeah, I think we can get a point.
Adam?
I've got a backer, so I'm going to say 2-1.
Me too. I reckon we're going to batter them.
Oh, okay.
Somebody is due a battering off us.
Right.
And I've been saying it for about 5 or 6 weeks. Okay, we've had a little bit of bad
Saying it for about 12 or 13 years.
46 years. Somebody's due a battering.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jez has said if Shea gets another 5 goals, you will have your face tattooed on his backside.
What, so if he gets 25?
If Che gets 25 goals...
Why does he not have Che's face tattooed on his backside then?
It's all your work.
Think of the process.
Yeah. You told him to trust the process.
It's difficult.
Yeah. But the guys will be going there, with confidence that they can get a result, won't they?
Don't see why not.
Yeah.
We go into every game. If we don't concede, we draw.
Yeah.
Our aim is to score every game. So make of that what you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Craig Coates 3-1 Blues. Yeah, I think we're due one.
Yeah, lovely time to do it.
Yeah.
And it'll give us such...
And then straight onto the Leeds game.
Fans
get St Andrews rocking.
Such a boost. For the players to just stop the rot, stop the losing rot. If we can get a goal, stop the games without scoring rot. Nobody can throw those stats at us anymore, and that weight's off the mind, if you like. And it'll be a really good fillet for the last 8 games of the season, 8 cup finals. It'd be brilliant to start it with getting something from Albion. Yeah.
Young Ollie Court has asked this question several times tonight. At the end of the Preston game, apparently you didn't clap the supporters.
Who?
You and Gary.
I did.
There you go.
I went right up to the goal.
Ollie must have gone.
Yeah, he's probably McDonald's.
Don't be saying things like that, Ollie. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you'd already sodded off 5 minutes before the end of the game.
Swear word ever.
Is that a swear word?
You got a bleep machine, all right? He'll sort it out tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, I've every game. The management and the players and all the coaching staff, appreciate the fans, and home or away, they've always been brilliant.
I just read one there. Can you stop giving away our talent? Did you read that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
No.
James, can you stop giving away our talent like Butland, Redmond?
Oh, that was
Gray?
your fault.
And I can categorically guarantee that I had nothing to do with that. That was really way before my time.
A question that was asked earlier on to me when they knew you were coming in. Obviously, it'd be difficult for you to answer, but with the...
It's not difficult, because if I don't want to answer it, I won't.
That's true, yeah. Just say no comment, yeah. With the news of the FFP, Harry Redknapp came out and claimed that he knew nothing about the FFP issues, and that I think we made 14 signings that summer, and not one of them was his. Not one of them was someone that he would have brought in. Now, obviously, the people involved in that aren't at the club anymore. The people who were working with Harry aren't there anymore. But from a coach's perspective, how realistic is that you can bring 14 people in and not one of them would be someone that you were interested
Mike
in?
Smith, why did James sell Trevor Francis?
For only £1 million.
Brilliant.
Yeah, a million.
I've known it happen.
You've seen it happen.
I've known it happen.
Yeah.
I've known players to turn up at training grounds without the manager's prior knowledge.
Right. Yeah. So it's...
But if you want me to comment on Harry saying he didn't know anything about it, then I can't really,
No,
because
no.
I don't
To be
I
fair.
don't know
The ins and outs
you know what I
of that
mean.
time,
So
yeah.
I don't want to leave myself open to.
Sky Sports News, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's undercover agent for Sky Sports News now.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. But
Yeah.
I find myself loath to comment on things that I'm not privy
Of
to
course,
or
yeah.
I'm up on,
Yeah. Cool.
because then that's when you do get, people
Yeah.
say stuff all the time that they're talking nonsense. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
And Mark Smith said he saw both
And
of
you've
you.
put your head around the corner for a certain reason, so fire away.
He's trying to get to the biscuits and all.
You said you were going to talk about the paintballing. How that went.
We have
We have
talked about
Yeah,
it.
he did it.
And
Yeah.
Johnny Patton, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Lie back in your chair, we'll plug it in.
Put your headphones back on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, we spoke about it before.
Ollie Court, James, it's all your fault. We only see gourmet burgers at the game now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, last 10 minutes then. We've only got a few minutes left now. Because we
I'm
had
enjoying myself.
We don't like this.
because we had a mention of the Titanic earlier. It's anything to do with maritime, anything to do with maritime and a footballer. So anything to do with a ship or anything to do with the sea and a footballer. Word association. Off you go.
Paul Mariner.
Paul Mariner. There he goes. He's number one.
You wouldn't remember him.
Blame.
Oh, I thought we were going round in a circle, no?
I blame Camp for leaving Munt Street. Dear me. Why did James sanction the dolly mixture strip under the Kumars? You get them a lot, mate. I've been a lot.
James, have you ever tried a Balti pie?
I have.
What do you reckon?
Very nice.
I reckon Balti
Wow.
should be kept to a rice dish, not in a pie. Personally, but
Yeah.
there you go.
We're all entitled to our opinions. That's the
Depends on the
magic-
pastry.
It's the magic of football.
The pastry's decent and a nice bolly.
I do like the pastry, yeah. But
Take the bolly out then.
well, if I go to Sergeant's, the butcher's next door to where
Yeah, that's a brilliant one.
the pasture's in there.
Chicken boy.
Second boy. There you go. He won't laugh, look. He won't laugh. He will not. He refuses to laugh in this last bit.
Absolutely detest this frivolity in the last 10 minutes of this show.
Would you and Gary? Oh, God, Dennis, I really can't get this picture up now.
David Seaman.
Oh, yeah,
not
very
bad.
good.
Logical.
Very
It's
good.
an easy one.
Would
Titanic Bramble.
Yeah, tight.
Nah.
James, would Mr. Fun be able to do a training session with the team to raise money for charity? We do a lot of raising money for charity.
Can I last 20 seconds?
I reckon you wouldn't last that long. I've seen you play at Blues.
Yeah. Sure.
I looked round, I couldn't find you anymore. You'd gone off. Any more coming in? Any more? Any biscuits left? Somebody said.
I saw James.
Kev Kelly, James, can you coach a sense of humour into Chris Pugh?
He was laughing loads before the show started.
Aitor
It's just his
I think it's a facade, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last 10
He's
minutes.
stretching from his own persona.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's
You know
gonna
what I mean?
snap.
He's giving it off.
He's gonna snap.
It's going to snap at some point.
Aitor Crank Anchor?
Mark
Yeah,
Sale.
Okay, yeah.
Mark Sale.
Mark
Of course,
Sale.
yeah.
Neil Shipley.
Leak Camp.
Leak.
You get a leak in a boat sometimes, I suppose.
Captain Michael Morrison.
I don't
Paul
quite understand-
Scholes.
I don't quite understand this one, but I saw
You're gonna
James
bring
in
it
our
out
fish
anyway,
shop
that's
with
fine.
Elvis.
All right, okay. No.
No, don't know that one.
Lucy says she's never seen you smile so much as you have done tonight. Deccandoy. He nearly broke. Thomas Cruise.
Stern John.
John.
Ferry
Good
Groves.
one.
Probably the best
Clever.
one we've ever had.
Ferry Groves.
Stuart Drowning.
Oh, dear me.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Stuart Drowning, did you get that?
Gary Rowe,
Yeah.
it?
No.
No, not, you don't
No,
normally Rowe.
no.
Well, you can, I suppose. Stuart Drowning.
Just said Stuart
Oh,
Drowning.
sorry, I didn't hear. I've got my hearing aids in. Robin Van Persie.
Yeah. Harley Breen.
What's that got to do with maritime?
Breen.
Fish. So you just... It's not...
It's close.
James C.T.
Subliminal. James C.T.
Peter Odom Dingy.
That's a good one. I did read that before and I nearly had a chuckle.
You've done it. It's cracked you. It's cracked you. Well done. Well done. Oh dear, James. Or James Boaty.
James
That one.
Boaty.
Oh dear.
Steve Ferryman. Good one.
Andre Mariner.
James Boaty.
Oh dear.
Port Vale.
Port Vale. That's not a footballer, is it? Even I'll agree with you on that one.
It's not
Gary
football.
Monkfish.
Gary Monkfish.
Also, not maritime.
Monkfish is maritime. Got something to do with the sea.
I thought maritime was boating.
Maritime or the sea.
Monkfish.
Ah.
That's
You
it,
obviously
Listen
weren't
to the
listening.
rules.
I didn't listen to the
Yeah,
rules.
No,
process.
I'll be completely honest. The last 15 minutes.
Gregory is really thinking here. Bob in Hatton. Do you get it? Do you know when you get it? Hatton.
Bob in
Hatton Locks, no?
Hatton Locks.
No.
That's not the sea,
No
is it?
idea
Really?
what that is.
No, I
Hatton Locks
suppose it's
is
not.
a cruise of 9
canal?
knots going through Hatton.
Isaac Vessel.
OR, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, always a best one.
Peter Odom Dingy is the best one for me so far.
Yeah. Cast off to Gary.
That's quite good.
I'm glad you think so.
Lucas Dukefish.
Favourite 15 minutes of my week. This is just watching your face. Oh dear.
It's unbearable.
Lucas Dukefish. I don't know.
Come on, Mr. Fun, get a grip.
You don't like
Sometimes.
it,
I don't
genuinely wish I
understand.
could.
I don't think I couldn't laugh, like, even if I didn't find it funny. It would
Yeah.
just, I can't keep a straight
No,
face.
I can't
I'm a very
either.
serious
I have the inability
character.
to keep a straight
Very
face.
serious character.
Gary Trunks.
Carl Walker the Plank.
Oh, come on.
It's great. It's real good skill, that.
Got great sense of humour, they've got.
What a
though.
great sense of humour.
Gil Merrick.
Yeah.
Come on, we know you like it.
Tug guy. Tug guy.
Ooh. It's got hot in here all of a sudden, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it can do. Yeah. Where's that time gone? It doesn't seem...
Last 5 minutes of it has been a little bit wasted, but the rest of it was excellent.
Peddiston.
No.
Christian Peddiston.
No.
Steve Guppy.
I don't understand.
Yes, that.
You're still joining in.
What's that?
A good piece of fish.
Somebody put Gil Merrick.
No. No.
We've not even opened these.
It only
have
seems
we?
5 minutes ago since you had a last biscuit.
I haven't had one of these, though.
There for the
It's
next
struggling,
guest
he's
now.
only had one.
In a minute.
He's only had one cup of tea. Yeah.
James, can you take Mr. Fun in the dressing room before a game and get the players to throw tomatoes at him? There we go.
I tell you what, if it helps,
You're willing to do it, aren't you?
if it helps them before the Leeds game, then I'm happy to take it.
Even Kevin French knows you've cracked a smile. Mr. Fun's trying his best not to.
It's not difficult.
I know. So I'll buy him a little fun gift for Christmas every year. It's usually a little packet with some tear plastic soldiers and things like that, so he can sit and just have a little
I used
bit
to play
of
with
fun.
soldiers when I was young. My kids and kids nowadays don't know they're born with the toys you've got, do they?
No, they don't. You're dead right. Because I remember my mother when we was kids. She'd take the dinky cars off you in about September, repaint them while you were in bed, and then you'd have them again. Times were hard, lad. Let me
I'm
tell
sure
you,
they were
back in the 60s.
Back in good old days.
Good old days. Had to lick Royal clean with tongue. Right, good luck for Friday night, mister. Thanks ever so much for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a blast and a laugh.
Yeah, it's been
almost. For the two of us, ours anyway.
Yeah. If I come in again, and obviously if it's after the gaffer's presser, then we can talk more about that. So.
We'll never ask you to divulge anything that it would be of sensitive nature or anything like that. We're not here for that. That's not what we're here for. But it's absolutely thrilling to get a proper representative from the football club that we all absolutely adore.
It's a pleasure.
And
thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, and we've had Davo and Claire and Amia, the ticket manager. Lovely people.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I've ever had anybody from the playing side of things. Yeah, and
from the men's. Yeah.
Loads of times the ladies have come in. Yeah. And it's for us. It's been a breakthrough. For us, it's been a breakthrough just to meet another human and talk the blues.
Yeah.
That's what we do on a Monday night. You know?
Yeah.
No, there's no hidden agendas. No. Me's, them's, yous, and us. It's all about just being.
I can tell you're really passionate about it.
Oh my God.
You've got goosebumps a few times. No, yeah. That's good.
Every time I hear
passion in your work, you can't.
Every time he hears Peter Odom Dingy, those goosebumps just come flying. Yeah,
you win the joke of the night then.
Yeah. The one question I did want to ask, and I'll go back. Got a coach in. Someone in coaching. Spoke a lot. Mentioned him before, Mark Skinner, who whenever I've spoke to him about coaching. You could talk to him about tactics, formations, setups, this, that, and the other. The one massive thing that he maintains as a coach is that it's people over players. You've got to understand the people. You've got to understand that these are, very well paid footballers. They're really talented at what they do, but actually they're human beings. They're people as well, and you've got to understand them. And I think you've raised the point a couple of times tonight. If you want to further it, the improvement in Chai, a lot of supporters obviously interested in what he's doing on the pitch, but what's he done off the pitch as a person that has improved him as well to allow him to reach the levels he has done?
I think he's matured a lot in this probably last 12 months. He's recognised a few things that he needed to address.
Yeah.
I think his focus is infinitely better, and we had an event at the Hampton Manor for the players and the staff, and the players brought their girlfriends and wives there, and I remember speaking to his girlfriend and said that the changes that he's made at home have been astonishing.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, well, he's really giving this a go then. You know what I mean? Living right, his physique is much better now, and he's obviously we've all helped him, but I've actually been in that position myself, so I can lend my experience to him.
Yeah.
In any situation that he's in, whether he's flying or he's drifting or he's losing focus or he's getting frustrated. I've been in all them, and as have we all. But
all humans, haven't we?
The adjustment he's made, but it's not about. I can lend him my experience, but it's not about. It's about Che, and it's about the moment that he's in. He's a 22-year-old lad, and having empathy and understanding of his situation.
Yeah.
At home when he comes in, and like you said, a lot of them lads have turned into men this season because of what they've faced.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped Che enormously.
Yeah.
And if he carries on with the good habits and honing his focus even more than he has done already, then he could be a top player. But he's gonna have to sacrifice, like he's
sacrificed. Let's hope it's for Birmingham City.
Yeah.
And whatever you do on the training ground, you could do as much work on the training ground as you want. If everything fits at that moment for that player, it can just click, and it wouldn't even need to be training ground routines or anything. If the mindset is right at the right time.
A lot of it, and I said to it that word, that hunger is a vital ingredient in any modern day footballer or any if you've got any industry. If you're hungry, then there's nothing stopping you. Yeah. Because you'll learn the right ways, you'll learn the correct things to do, when to do it.
And you're desperate to learn.
And at the end of the day, he's a 22-year-old lad. he should be enjoying his life.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Super job. Viv Solomon overboard. Thought I'd just make you laugh before we went one more time. So many people writing
He's
in saying...
closer than seeing it down there.
He is now, yeah.
So many people saying thanks ever so much for coming on, and what a great show it's been. Keep right on. Well done. Tilton Talk Show. Great having James on. James, good luck to all the players and staff. Great night. It's been riveting. Brilliant show, peeps. James, please get the monk on. Great show, lads. Don't leave too long to reappear again. That's for you, yeah? Keep right on, James. Keep up the great work. The comments are coming in quicker than I can read them. I know, yeah.
Well,
Just
it's been
incredible.
a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me on, and we'll be
pleasure.
fighting.
3-1, Barkley.
Excellent.
Ding, sorry, I forgot to interject. Didn't stick to the process
Saved by the
myself
bell.
there,
There we go.
Good luck for Friday night
Thank you.
and for the rest of the season. Now, 8 games to go. We'll do it because we're Birmingham City. That's what we do. That's what we do. And believe me, every
Correct.
single one of us will be behind you, 100%.
Yep.
And the more people I can get to make some more noise on that Tilton, the better. And the cop and the Ray Hobro main stand. And it's great to see the GM Upper starting to open again now. My football ground's coming back. Yeah, my football ground is coming back.
Fill it.
Fill it.
Look at this.
absolutely.
Look at this. I love it. I love it. Oh, nobody has a clue. They do, perhaps. But I don't know. I just love it so much. That's it. That's been the Tilton Talk Show. Thanks again ever so much. Come on, Friday. Let's batter the baggies. Let's batter the baggies on Friday. Let's
Still not laughing.
Oh,
It smells.
Yeah.
thanks, guys, for all your shares. They'll go into the pot for next week. And let's do this. What's the motto? Stronger together. I love it.
Keep
love
right
it.
on.
Keep right on. Always keep right on. Mrs. Brown. Thank you very much. Adam, thank you for your help, mate. Mr. Fun, thanks for being, very smiley tonight on the unusual occasions. And James, absolute pleasure to have you in. You're
Very
going on the
much
Board
so.
of Fame if you're not there already. He's up there already.
No.
No, right, okay. And let's do this. Let's do it together.
Yep.
Keep right on, mate. Nice one. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.